Here's your wrestling news for February 13th, 2026. Your headlines for today include WWE holds emergency meeting over WrestleMania 42 ticket concerns, why WWE still has no final plan for Jade Cargill at WrestleMania, Femi breaks silence on Brock Lesnar situation, new viral clue emerges in Austin Theory attack angle, last-minute SmackDown segment altered by WWE, former WWE headquarters broken into, shocking footage surfaces, WWE rejected champions creative pitch, Mercedes Moné opens up about time away from AEW, veteran WWE star back in action at Tapings, and more. WWE is reportedly making internal adjustments as WrestleMania 42 approaches. According to WrestleVotes Radio on Fightful Select, the company held a multi-department meeting on February 11th to address ticket sales for the two-night event at Allegiant Stadium. Leadership reportedly acknowledged that current sales are below internal expectations and instructed departments to increase promotional efforts heading into late February and March. WWE held a multi-department company meeting yesterday to address WrestleMania ticket sales. According to a source, leadership acknowledged internally that the current numbers are below expectations. All departments have been tasked with developing strategies and promotions to roll out beginning in late February in an effort to boost momentum and sales heading into the event. Despite outside speculation, WWE is not expected to reduce ticket prices at this time. Additionally, we're being told WWE intends to keep current ticket pricing as is for the time being. This comes after Bryan Alvarez reported on F4W Online that WWE had finalized a WrestleMania card before the Royal Rumble. However, slower than expected ticket sales reportedly prompted internal changes, with creative plans being adjusted even though the lineup has not yet been announced publicly. While CM Punk vs. Roman Reigns is reportedly set, other high-profile matches remain fluid. Alvarez also suggested that pricing, rather than match quality, could be influencing demand. You're trying to sell 50,000-60,000 seats for two nights with crazy prices to get in. It may be too expensive now. As of this week, the lowest available ticket is reportedly priced at $266.80 US. WrestleTix data indicates that approximately 36,000 tickets have been distributed per night, which is roughly 10,000 fewer than the same stage last year. WrestleMania 41 ultimately drew between 56,000 and 60,000 per night. Additional reporting from Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp noted that WWE has restricted watch parties at venues within a 50-mile radius of Allegiant Stadium. That decision reportedly caused frustration among local establishments, particularly given Las Vegas's site fee investment tied to tourism expectations. With elevated travel costs, hotel pricing in Las Vegas, and a competitive global event calendar, WWE faces a strategic balancing act between premium pricing and consumer demand. Should WWE adjust ticket prices, announce more of the WrestleMania 42 card earlier, or stay the course with its current strategy? Jade Cargill is on track for WrestleMania 42, but her SmackDown Women's Championship opponent is still undecided. According to WrestleVotes Radio via Fightful Select, WWE is yet to finalize plans for Cargill's WrestleMania program. Internal discussions are ongoing, and several high-profile names are reportedly being considered. Among the top names currently discussed are Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. Either direction would present a different dynamic. Flair offering established star power, while Stratton produces built-in history stemming from Cargill's title win in November. Cargill has held the championship since defeating Stratton at Saturday night's main event in November 2025. However, her reign has drawn scrutiny due to limited in-ring exposure. Since winning the title, she's logged just 7 minutes and 25 seconds of televised singles action. Her three matches, against B-Fab 2 minutes and 15 seconds, Alba Fire 1 minute and 50 seconds, and Chelsea Green 3 minutes and 20 seconds, were all decisive, short victories. The limited in-ring time has led fans to question the direction of the reign, particularly with WrestleMania season underway. This week's SmackDown could provide clarity. Cargill is scheduled to defend the title on television for the first time against Jordynne Grace. The outcome and how the match is structured may offer insight into whether WWE is preparing a dominant showcase at WrestleMania or pivoting toward a more competitive, storyline-driven feud. With WrestleMania just weeks away, does WWE lean into a marquee opponent like Charlotte Flair, revisit unfinished business with Tiffany Stratton, or surprise everyone with a different direction entirely? Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Femi says his Royal Rumble moment with Brock Lesnar was never random, it was strategic. Speaking on the No Contest Wrestling podcast, Femi addressed the now widely discussed stare-down with Lesnar during the Men's Rumble match. The two heavyweights faced off multiple times without immediately engaging, creating a slow burn exchange that drew a noticeable reaction from the live crowd. According to Femi, that reaction was the real test. There's so much nuance to that moment. There's one thing to have a buzz online, but a lot of times buzz online doesn't necessarily translate to what the casual crowd or the live crowd really wants. So at the beginning stages of the face-off, me and Brock knew, wait, there might be something here. They're getting louder, it's rumbling, we have something. Rather than rushing into a full exchange, Femi indicated that both men understood the value of restraint. The confrontation was designed as a teaser, not a payoff. In that moment, you have that mental agreement like, yes, we know we have something, so let's not give away too much right now. I'm glad the IWC desire actually translated to the live crowd and what the casual fans want to see. That's an amazing realization. We're not going to blow it on just a Rumble interaction. There's so much more that can happen there, so we'll see down the line. We have something there. It's a big money fight. We're not going to blow it on just a Rumble interaction. There's so much more that can happen there, so we'll see down the line. It was always designed to be a teaser, just to see how people react to it. That's what a lot of wrestling is. Let's plant this seed, let's see what the crowd does, and based off what the crowd does, that's going to be our next move. Adding to the speculation, Bodyslam.net reported that a match between Femi and Lesnar is under internal consideration, with indications that WWE may be leaning in that direction. If the seed has already been planted, the timing now becomes the key question. Should WWE pull the trigger on Femi versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, or allow the anticipation to build further before delivering the payoff? Speculation is growing that Grayson Waller may have been the masked man who attacked Austin Theory on Raw, and fans believe they've spotted the detail that gives it away. In the last 24 hours, viewers have circulated screenshots online highlighting the footwear of the masked attacker. The individual was wearing a specific pair of black shoes, the same style Waller was seen sporting during Clash in Paris weekend. Side-by-side comparisons quickly made the rounds, with many pointing out that the match appeared to be too exact to be a coincidence. It's also worth noting that from a storyline perspective, WWE could eventually reveal the attacker to be Seth Rollins as part of a larger creative direction. However, based on the details fans have highlighted, particularly the footwear comparison, many believe Grayson Waller was the one who actually carried out the attack during the segment. Corey Hayes of Bodyslam.net noted that the mystery man who showed up on Raw this past week was once again none other than Grayson Waller. Waller and Theory are no strangers to each other, as they worked together under the name A-Town Down Under for the better part of 2023 to 2024. The duo was dissolved without any proper payoff last year. Assuming Waller is officially inserted into the storyline, a match with Theory could be in the works for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. A planned surprise involving Ilja Dragunov was reportedly removed from the February 6th episode of SmackDown just before the show went live. According to WrestleVotes Radio, the final rundown for SmackDown initially included a segment where Dragunov would interfere in The Miz vs. Carmelo Hayes. The interference was designed to begin a program between Dragunov and The Miz, setting up a potential singles feud in the weeks ahead. However, the segment was pulled during the final stages of production. There's been no confirmation on whether the idea has been scrapped entirely or just simply delayed. The direction would have aligned with The Miz's current on-screen character. In recent weeks, he has focused on re-establishing his importance, frequently setting his sights on younger and emerging stars. Dragunov, who has been rebuilding momentum since returning from injury, would have fit naturally into that framework as a competitive foil. For Dragunov, the angle would have provided a significant television moment and a defined storyline. Instead, the potential feud now remains unresolved. If WWE revisits the idea, the pairing offers clear character contrast and mid-card depth heading deeper into WrestleMania season. Should WWE move forward with Miz vs. Dragunov, or was holding off the smarter creative direction? WWE's former headquarters, Titan Towers, was reportedly broken into, and new footage from inside the building has surfaced online. WWE moved its corporate operations in 2023 into a new headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, leaving behind Titan Towers, the company's longtime base, also located in Stamford. Built in 1981, the building served as WWE's headquarters from 1991 until 2023. In 2025, the property was sold and is now slated for redevelopment. A video posted on TikTok appears to show a group of masked teens entering the vacant building without authorization. The footage shows them walking through various office areas and hallways, handling framed photos, and flipping through a WWE magazine featuring Brock Lesnar. They can also be seen sitting on old office desks and posing for the camera. At one point in the video, the group appears to discover what looks like the former locker room and gym area, spaces once used by WWE superstars for training while visiting headquarters. According to the Stamford Advocate, the building is set to be transformed into an 84-unit luxury apartment complex. The new owners reportedly plan to renovate and redesign the structure, converting it from a corporate office space into modern residential housing. It remains unclear when the break-in occurred or whether authorities have taken action. Given Titan Tower's historical significance to WWE's growth and global expansion, the footage has drawn attention from longtime fans who associate the building with a major era in the company's history. Jacy Jayne made her surprise debut in the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble as entrant number 24, but now she's revealing just how secretive WWE's process was behind the scenes. Speaking on Busted Open After Dark, Jayne said, "The last 4 years that I was not chosen to be in the Rumble, I didn't like that. I was hidden for a while. We flew to Saudi and we weren't allowed to actually go out and do anything. We were surprises and we didn't want to give it away that we were there." WWE's secrecy protocol meant that even though she was cleared to eat and train within the hotel, her world was reduced to the gym, the dining area, and her room. "So we hid out in the hotel for about a week, not just in the room, but in the hotel in general. I was allowed to go downstairs to work out and go eat, but I didn't really get to see much of Saudi. I basically just saw the airport and the arena." In the end, it worked. Jayne's debut went off without a hitch, and her performance, including her elimination by Sol Ruca, was one of the most talked about moments in the Women's Rumble. Should WWE keep enforcing this level of secrecy for surprise returns, or does it take away from the experience for talent overseas? Drop your thoughts in the comments. During the same interview, Jayne revealed that she pitched a new ring gear concept, a red bodysuit incorporating chain elements similar to her regular attire. However, the proposal was ultimately turned down by WWE. "It wasn't crazy. It was just like a red bodysuit, and it had chains like my regular gear, but made into a bodysuit, and they're like no red, no chains, no black straps." Jayne did not elaborate on the reasoning behind the decision, but the response suggests that there were clear creative or presentation guidelines in place regarding the design. Mercedes Moné has provided clarity on her time away from AEW, and it involves recovery, not retreat. In a recent Instagram Stories update, Moné revealed that she has been in Cancun, Mexico, undergoing stem cell therapy as part of her healing process. The former TBS champion explained that her focus during this break has been on both physical recovery and mental well-being. Moné has not competed since dropping the TBS championship to Willow Nightingale at the end of 2025. While she did not provide a firm return date, she stated that she will be back and noted that March remains significant as she still has multiple championships to defend. That comment suggests her absence may be shorter than expected and that her return could directly impact AEW's women's division moving forward. Candice Michelle was one of the top stars in WWE's women's division in the mid to late 2000s. After departing from WWE in 2009, she stayed out of the ring until her retirement match in 2017, where she competed against Victoria. She has made a few appearances on WWE TV in recent years. However, she shocked the wrestling world when she made a cameo appearance for TNA Wrestling during the company's debut on AMC. She was shown seated in the audience for the show, which sparked rumors that she was about to sign with TNA. According to PW Insider, while Candice Michelle has not appeared on TV, she has been present at recent tapings and even made signing appearances afterward. However, sources within TNA Wrestling have been very tight-lipped regarding the situation. She is scheduled to be in Nashville this weekend, but there has been no further update beyond that appearance. Time will tell in what capacity Michelle will be used by TNA. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.